Hello everyone, I'm Vinicius Machado from Federal University of Piauí, Brazil, and I will present this paper called Automatic Group Labeling Using Attributes, Information Gain Filters, and Unsupervised Learning. And we will start with this little introduction with the research issue. In the face of the data interpretation problem, this approach seeks to present the application of information gain filters with the aim of determining the relevance of the attributes. The labeling process is done according to the provided groups. A label process involves analyzing the set of unlabeled examples with the aim of determining which ones belong to identified groups, but with a high degree of similarity. So our contributions are: assist the labeling process, contribute to data interpretation, propose the use of the attributes selection techniques employ on information gain filters, and analyze attribute evaluation methods that best fit data labeling. Now we show our theoretical framework, and we start with label problem. The label problem consists of presenting a summarized identification for the groups, naming them according with their characteristics. So the group label is a combination of a relevant attribute and the value range, and we express this label with this format. The attribute selection is employed as a research method to generate a ranked list from which rank is created, discarding a certain number of attributes, which may be either noise or attributes irrelevant to learning process. In this study, 4 selection filters are used: information gain, gain ratio, correlation, and relief. The first filter is gain ratio, characterized by the use of a metric to rank all attributes in a database, calculated through the information gain of an attribute against the number of test outcomes with the highest potential values. It is a measure that assesses the utility of an attribute by measuring the gain rate it provides for discriminating the class to be learned. It is a modification of the information gain measure aimed at reducing the bias caused by the preferring attributes that exhibit a highest possible range of values. Another filter used in our works is the attribute correlation. It is a test that measures the statistical relationship between two continuous variables. If the association between these elements is not linear, the coefficient will not be adequately represented. Finally, the last filter used in this work is relief. Based on the relief original algorithm, it has been modified to increase the confidence in estimating how well each attribute can separate two classes. This can be calculated by considering this distance for the m nearest neighborhoods. Therefore, the number of near neighborhoods is calculated. It is a parameter that can be varied as desired. The higher this value, the greater the confidence in the estimate, making the algorithm more resistant and robust to noise. Here we can see the proposed methodology. We start with a database, making clusters by commits, and given groups. Then we select the best attribute that represent each group by these 4 filters: information gain, gain ratio, correlation, relief. Finally, we have the relevant attributes of each group, and then we make a discretization, have a discretization database. With the relevant values and the value range of each attributes, we can take the label of each groups. So we have the labeled groups. One important concept in our work is a variation V. It serves to avoid label ambiguity, meaning the labels present the same results for an attribute and a value range. The calculation of variation V is done in the relation to the ranking, and it is used to create a selection range, where only attributes above a certain calculated value are chosen to compose the group. We show the results and discussion based on two databases. We use two databases for the attribute selection filters. We use the IRIS dataset and the WINE dataset. The first database used is the IRIS dataset, the classical IRIS dataset. Comprises three different types of plants, where each sample corresponds to a specified type of iris. 50 elements of the iris setosa type, 50 elements of the iris versicolor type, and 50 elements of the iris virginica type. In total, we have 150 elements represented by 4 continuous features: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, and petal width. Another database used in our work is a wine database. It is a database used to determine the origin of wine through a chemical analysis. There are 59 examples from the first cultivation, 71 from the second, and 48 for the third, totaling 178 examples in the database. Each example has 13 attributes shown above. Here we can see the filters ranking after we generate 3 groups and use the ISDA method for discretization with 3 bins. In average, the PL attributes have the best results after applying these 4 filters. So we have a label with PL as the most valuable attributes with these rangers, PL rangers, and we can see in the last row and the accuracy of these attributes and this range. 50 elements have all the 50 elements has PL with this range. Here we can see 3 arrows that 49 elements. 3 does not have this PL with this range. So the test conducted in IRIS dataset with the correlation filter result in average of accuracy of 98.63%. And the label is to the first group, group 1, we have PL with 1.0 to 2.9. In group 2, have PL from 2.9 to 4.9. And for the group 2, PL from 4.9 to 5.9. We performed other tests with the others V variation, with information again with V equal 10, result in average of accuracy 97.62% to PL and P double attributes, and with the gain ratio filter with the V equal 30%, resulted in an accuracy of the 89.91%. Finally, relief with V equal 20%, result in average accuracy of 89.91%. For the wine dataset, we can see these filters ranking with the 4 most valued attributes. We have 13 other attributes that not shown in this table. We group by k-means using k equal 4 groups, and use EDD bin count r equal 3 bins to the value range of each attribute. This table shows the final label and the accuracy, and we have the most valued attributes for the best results with the filters pro line with these rangers. We have in group 3 19 arrows in this case, but the others groups have 100% of accuracy. So the wine data set with the 4 groups. We have this label proline with this range, and each group has the same attributes but different value ranges. Again, another test with another filter, gain ratio with V equal 69% results in average accuracy of 8%, with correlation with V equal 30%, we have 18.10%, and relief with V at 75%, we have results in an average accuracy of 60.01%. As a conclusion, we have a labeling model is initially applied to the clusters to aid interpretation of the groups, and the result label is subsequent used for the group interpretation. In this proposed method, attribute selection is used for group labeling. Following data clustering step, the ISDA discretization method is applied to transform the continuous values into value ranges, and the attribute selection filter are then used to conjunction with V variation to identify the most relevant attribute of each group. The proposed method archives an accuracy of 98.63% for the iris using the attribute correlation and information gain filters. In contrast, accuracy of 87.94% for the wine dataset using the relief and the information gain filter respectively. So this is our work, and I'd like to thank you to watch. Bye bye.